Howdy folks, welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles. This is the last video I'm uploading before heading to America for a week. I do have a couple of videos pre-uploaded and scheduled for release over the course of the next week while I'm away in America. Unfortunately, due to the way scheduling videos works on YouTube, I'm not able to add them to any World of Tanks playlists or any video playlists. So, if you're just subscribed to certain playlists on the channel, you won't get notification that a new video has been uploaded. You're going to have to actually check the channel front page and look for the latest videos. Otherwise, you're going to get no videos from me over the course of the next week while I'm in America. As you can imagine, the day before I fly off to America for a week, pretty busy today, lots of things to organise. So a quick and nasty video today. Two main things that I wanted to show you in this video before I go. And the first one is this replay from Data Bambi, which is a great name. And it's not so much about him, it's one of his random teammates. He's in the T30 here, it's a tier 10 game. Here on the, I can't remember the name of this map. Swamp, of course, yeah, it's the Swamp map. How could I forget that? Anyway, yeah, as I said, this video isn't specifically about Dead Bambi, although you're going to see it from his perspective. It's one of his random teammates. There's an E100 driver on his team who's not a particularly good player. He's not particularly bad either. But he's not the kind of guy you'd expect anything special from. And, well, that's the thing about random teammates. They just keep surprising you. Of course, being surprised by the actions of your random teammates in World of Tanks it's usually not the good kind of surprise. But not on this occasion. So keep an eye on what this E100 is going to do. He's chasing the kill on this T54. He slams a shot into him. WZ111 finishes him off. Of course, he's now spotted. And everybody starts opening up on him. Artillery misses again. Shots coming in from everywhere. He sees the tanks in front of him, ranges in for a shot on this IS-7. He's using this rock in front of him to protect him from the tanks in front of him, but it's the tanks on the flank, in particular, that AMX 5100, who are tearing him a new arsehole. He tries to angle his armour against the new threat. He's taking hit after hit after hit. His tracks are off. At this point, it's debatable whether it's worth using the repair kit to repair his tracks. He's taken so much damage, it's hardly worth it. One more hit and he's dead. And then without a second's hesitation, this E100 moves up, throws himself in front of the incoming fire, shields him, allowing him to back off, and escape intact. Dead Bambi can't believe what he's seeing. And it was quite deliberate. It wasn't a case of the E100 moving up into that position just to be able to get shots at the AMX 5100. Dead Bambi thanks him. E100 says, yeah, sure, no problem. You never see that happen in a random game. People playing in platoons, yeah, they cover each other all the time. Well, they do if they're any good, but a random teammate? Inconceivable. Now you might be thinking, well, big deal. He's just saved a tank who's now on less than 100 health. What a waste of effort. Not so. That E100's actions won the game. From this point on, Dead Bambi was able to do this. He was able to do this. This. Shortly afterwards, this. And finally, this. And all because a random teammate, for no other reason than because it was a good idea, decided that keeping him alive and his gun in the game was the best thing that he could do at the time, with his own health pool and his own angled armour. And you do not see that very often in World of Tanks. Having done just under 800 damage at the point at which he made that big mistake, and the E100 stepped up to bail him out, Dead Bambi went on to do nearly 3,000 additional damage in that game. So big shout out here to Iron Ice 30, the E100 driver who decided that the good of the team outweighed the possibility of taking any damage to his own tank. Iron Ice 30, you are an absolute rock star. Keep doing what you do. And then of course we go from one end of the spectrum right down to the shallow end of the gene pool, because it wouldn't be World of Tanks if random teammates and random enemies weren't doing the most ridiculously stupid shit imaginable. This is Tank Mazanson. He's in the Foch 155, Tier 10 French tank destroyer. This is a very, very Tier 10 game. His team actually has a better than average chance of winning this. But the stupidity that you are going to see from both sides in this game just defies imagination. Tank Mazanson has spent the early part of this game mostly wasting his time trying to react to the huge gaps in his team's defences that is mostly down to the idiotic positioning of the two IS-7s on his team, who have headed north. It took so long getting there because IS-7's power to weight ratio is pretty terrible and they were going uphill all the way. It took so long for them to get in the battle that the middle of the map is in serious trouble. The southern end of the map on the southern peninsula is also in serious trouble. There's a mouse over there who has got some nasty opposition up against him. The mouse driver's not bad. He's very bad-tempered, but he's not bad. Tank Mazanson is now reloading. He's been spotted. He's dealt with the rush through the middle. He's coming back to support that mouse. Now the guys on the team that went north have managed to push through, and so they should. They ran into minimal opposition, but they're all going to get slaughtered anyway. With the exception, of course, of the WZ111, who's just sitting there, presumably AFK, twiddling his thumbs, being about as much use to his team as an ashtray on a motorbike. The mouse is yelling for help, and Tank Mazanson is almost reloaded. He's just getting himself into a better position to get some crossfire in on those tanks that are threatening the mouse. He only has 3 shots. He's going to have to make them count. The mouse is in serious trouble. So, first target, kill the IS-7. Mission accomplished. Kill the Jagdpanzer E100. Mission accomplished. Unfortunately, it's a case of too little, too late. The mouse is surrounded. He's got 1 shot left. The mouse is doomed. Can he just get some more damage in? Come on, target up. Fires at the IS-8, unfortunately, misses. Right. This is bad. That WZ111 still hasn't moved, by the way. I have no idea what the T-44 thinks he's doing. Look at the map. It's almost as if he's going looking for artillery. There isn't any. The IS-7 has managed to get himself killed by the T-110E4. Tank Mazanson's still reloading. The WZ111 still, for all intents and purposes, AFK. T-110E4 right in the middle of the map. T-44 could have helped the IS-7 against the T-110E4, but that would have required being able to think and breathe at the same time. And here comes trouble. Tank Mazanson bounces a shot, and these are all the guys that were killing off the mouse. He gets 1 into the IS-8, 2 shots left, kills the pattern, 1 shot left, and unfortunately he misses the IS-8. Point blank range, perfectly aimed shot, and it still buried itself into the ground in front of him. The WZ111 has found out how to move his tank. Fantastic. The T-44 looks like he's thinking about capping, and then decides actually, no, maybe we better come back. Far too little, far too late. Tank Mazanson is never going to reload in time. And this is where he has his idea. Screw it. No, he's not actually trying to kill himself here. He's trying to buy himself time to reload and see if any of these two geniuses are going to be dumb enough to take the bait. And, of course they are. The IS-8 manages to get the kill just before he reloaded and would have been able to do some serious damage to the Object 140, but the IS-8 just drowned himself and the Object 140 is now completely stuck. Fantastic. 2 tanks for the price of 1, and without spending a single credit on ammunition. Now, all the team have to do is find and kill that E4 and cap. The Object 140 is out of the game. He's completely stuck in that location. He can't do a thing. Is that what they're going to do? Oh, of course it isn't. The people on the team who are actually capable of thinking and breathing at the same time can't believe what they're seeing. What are you doing? Just, no, leave the Object 140. He can't get out of there. Okay. T-44. Don't repeat the mistake that the WZ-111 did. You're giving your position away. The Object 140 can shoot at you and spot you for the T110E4. The T110E4 isn't that quick, but he's not that slow either. All the time you're doing this, you're not just taking damage and giving the Object 140 free XP and credits. You're broadcasting your position to the T110E4 who's behind you. Stop. What do you... No. Why? What are they just... Can't they read? Look at chat. Look at the advice you're being given. That guy only has to hit you one more time. To give the T-44 some credit, he does at least appear to have some sort of thought process going on. But he's still tunnel visioning on that Object 140. He's now driving towards the T110E4's last known position, but he's not going there to try and deal with the T110E4. No, he's coming around for a better shot at the Object 140, and this is a good shot. The Object 140 cannot point his gun at the T-44. If the Object 140 was the last tank left alive on the enemy team, this would be a game-winning move. But the Object 140 is not the last tank on the enemy team. There's also a T110E4. And you are now broadcasting your position to the T110E4 because the Object 140 can see you. And, oh, what a surprise. Didn't see that one coming. And on that completely predictable bombshell, I'm off to America. As always, folks, take care on that battlefield, and I'll catch you next time.